Okay, welcome to, I guess, an odd episode of whatever it is my channel does anymore. Today I'm going to be showing you how I create thumbnails for my YouTube videos. Now, I'm not going to say I am perfect. I think the first thing you'll notice is I'm making them in Adobe Premiere Pro. I'll explain that in a second. But I'm by no means perfect. I just know that my progress for making thumbnails has gotten significantly better over the years. And I think there's just like a couple of tips and tricks that I use in order to make them be better, I guess. This is my Terraria thumbnail for part 13 that just came out with Matt. I'm going to walk you through how I created it and I guess what my thought process was for creating this thumbnail. I've got another thumbnail I need to create after this anyway for a Tekken video that's probably already out by now. But this is what we're going to be creating first. So I guess the first port of call is there's always two things that I try and think about. It's the content of the video, so what are we actually doing in the video, and what the title is going to be like. Those two things sort of warp my perspective of what the thumbnail is going to be like. So I think we'll start off with this blank canvas, which is here. And what I like to do is I always try to grab a screenshot or a clip from the actual content or the video that I like, that I know that I can use for the thumbnail. So this is my chosen thumbnail. You can see there's a lot of similarities from what we actually ended up with, but I think we can just extend this as much as we like. This is just directly cut from the video.
Oh no, me too. Oh no.
Yes, Matt, you too. What I liked about this was that the dragon was using its flame at the moment. That's what I sort of liked. I'm not sure if I used that exact shot. Yeah, I probably did. So what we'll do is we'll start off with this basis for the dragon. So I'm just going to copy this. Where is it? Copy. And we're just going to paste it right in here. So this is our new sequence. One thing that I've learned to use in Premiere Pro is I always just use the 000 mark, like the very start. So no matter what I'm doing, the thumbnail will end up exactly as it looks on the first frame. Hopefully that makes sense. But like, I'm not going to be editing over here when nothing matters, or when everything's off or skewed off. I'm going to be editing like right here, like right at the very end. Right at the very start, sorry. So the first thing I do when I'm making thumbnails is I always want to try and like have a subject, at least with the Terraria thumbnails. I always try and have like a subject that's like pointing in a direction of something else. So I think like the first two ports of call, I want the dragon here, and I sort of want this portal here. So I think what we'll do first is we'll copy this. Holding down Alt and just dragging, we'll copy that over. And we head over to Effect Controls, and we want to zoom in this dragon. We just want to zoom in, and we just want to move it over to the top right-hand corner. I think there's an effect called Flip. Horizontal flip. If we drag and drop that on, it should flip the image around. Very straightforward. And the vertical flip does, wow, you guessed it, flips it vertically. So we got a horizontal flip on this dragon now. So if I move it over using these position tags, we can sort of get it in the right position that I want. Yeah, that looks pretty decent, I think. Now, obviously, all of this stuff is backwards, and the only thing we care about here is the dragon. So obviously, we don't want all this data on the left-hand side and the health bars. So what we can do is go to the opacity layer here. I'll just get rid of everything else. So opacity determines what is visible on the screen. What I like to do is just grab this little pen and just make this bigger, and then just draw around whatever I want to keep. So I'll just, just draw. I'll try and keep some of these embers in. They probably won't even matter, and I'll explain why they won't matter in a second. Yeah, that's about it. It doesn't need to be perfect, and I'll explain why in a second. And I probably want a little bit more of a feather as well. So a feather just determines how much of the edge is like blurred, where it's currently at 20. If I put it to 0, you can see it's really, really hard edges, and we don't really want that. Very, very hard, exactly where I drew. So if I add like a feather of 20, you can see it's sort of blurred with the background, which is sort of what we want. Now that the front layer is all opacityed out, I can only see this dragon. If I turn this mask off, you can see I'm just seeing this entire clip here, but if I put it back on, you can see that I've just cut out exactly what I want from the dragon. Okay, now I'm going to grab the bottom layer here, and I'm just going to move this forward, because I want this portal to be like the theme the dragon is moving towards. So if I just move this over, make this a little bit bigger, like that, maybe a little bit smaller. We'll go 250. And we'll just move this back into the corner here. We can see it's kind of like the dragon is attacking the portal. And I know it doesn't look that good right now, But watch this. Maybe 200. Maybe it needs to be a little bit smaller. Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. Now I'm making it smaller because we do also need to add in the Terraria. Where is it? This Terraria logo. We need to let people know what we're actually watching here. So Terraria Part 13. I've just drag and dropped that in. Now that we've drag and dropped that in, we want to do one more thing. So we can see there's like a lot of mess going on here. We just want to clean that up. We can also see the dragon behind. So if I hide this layer, if I hide the dragon, you can also see there's a giant dragon behind that. We want to get rid of that. So I think what we'll do to get rid of that is we'll just add another opacity layer. Actually, hold on. We'll just get this out of here. That's a copy of the video footage here. I'm just going to add a opacity layer. Where is this? What? Okay, there we go. I'm back on track. I'm going to add opacity layer here. We'll just make this a little bit bigger. Nope, I want it to be smaller. There you go. So I just want to keep this here. So when you're dealing with layers in Premiere Pro, and I think when you're dealing with it in Photoshop as well, it's always top down, so it's always top to bottom. According to Premiere Pro, Part 13 is on top, then the 2 Terraria layers. Basically, it's the Terraria layer, and then it is the background that I made for it, so it has like a little bit of a drop shadow. I think that looks pretty cool. Then we've got the dragon, and then we've got this here. So if I move this dragon over, it should go over on top of the portal we've got. That's because this is on top of this video file is on top of this video file in Premiere Pro. Okay, so now that we have this portal down here and we have this dragon here, what I want to do is add something at the bottom here. So obviously, because all of this is just black, we can't keep it black. That doesn't make any sense. We have to add another background. And I think what I did with this background here, is it this one? What I did with this one is I wanted to make, I guess there was another subject. I wanted to try and make the dragon attacking the portal, and there was a bunch of like turrets defending it. It ended up like they were shooting the flames, which didn't really make any sense. But if I jump back to this, I think what we can do to showcase these turrets is literally just move them over. So if I just move their position over. Ooh, okay, I don't actually like that. So you can see here, the bar is on top of all these turrets. If I just move along, there should be a frame or two where... I know it looks like a mess now, so I apologize. Okay, maybe something like that. Now, I know it looks like a little bit of a mess now, but remember we've got this layer here. This is second from the bottom, so this is like the little portal, and then up here we have Betsy, or the giant dragon, and then this layer here is everything else. This is the background. So if I just move this down, I want to try and like align it with the ground, I guess. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. If I go too far, I've got all this chaos over here, and I don't really want that in the thumbnail. So that doesn't look too bad. Oh, see up here, we've got someone fighting someone. I think that's probably me fighting Betsy up there. So if I hide Betsy, yeah, there's this whole mess going on up here. Let's try and fix that. We can fix that by simply hiding Betsy in one of these. I know it doesn't really make any sense right now, but what we're going to do is cut out everything but the stuff we want to keep. And that way that is all gone. Now to replace that, normally I just use the exact same footage and then just move it over a bit. And then I'll just adjust this mask so it fits. So we'll just go close this mask in. And about the same of where it was, where I cut it off. Now, oh, there's a little rabbit there. I didn't even notice that before. There you go. And we'll fit that in. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Maybe we'll make Betsy a little bit bigger. That's the wrong layer. We'll make Betsy a little bit bigger. There you go. So, that is basically how I made the thumbnail. Is you just, keep going until you got something that you like. I mentioned it earlier, but what I have noticed when I'm making thumbnails is that all of this little fine detail and like these little mistakes here, people are probably not going to notice, because you need to remember that they are probably going to view it like it's either going to be this small on their devices, or it's going to be like 25% small. Like it's going to be, the thumbnail is going to be tiny. So what you need to do when you're making thumbnails, or at least like as I've understood it, is you need to have like subjects, or like it needs to be clear what the message you're trying to display. I think at this point, the title for this video was going to be Terraria, but Betsy is 300% stronger. And that's what I was going off of. So like the plan was to be like, oh, Betsy is the main focus of this video. So Betsy, plus I think the dragon is probably a much better subject in the thumbnail than I think it was Golem we fought in the video as well. So that was the title, and the idea was like, oh, okay, we're going to be fighting Betsy. She is much stronger. So the whole plan was like have Betsy in the center of frame. Actually, I'll go to the final product. Have Betsy in like be the subject. We'll have something that we're defending, and then the rest of this is like we're fighting because we need this much firepower to try and kill Betsy. That was the whole plan anyway. That was the whole purpose. Hopefully it came off like that. Again, you're going to be viewing these thumbnails on like a tiny little screen here. I'll even jump to YouTube. I'll show you. Yeah, so if you look at all of these, this is my subscription feed. Don't at me. If you're looking at all of these, the majority of this information, it's like the detail, like for example with the beta squad video, the detail in the sushi you're never gonna see. Like there's no reason to have like these tiny minute details because all of that is gonna be lost when YouTube just compresses it down. It's just, there's gonna be no point. Now, something I haven't done yet is I haven't made this Tekken 8 thumbnail. So if I jump over to Tekken 8, this is the video. This is all of the video. This is the video sequence. This is the whole video. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I have two things when I want to try and make a thumbnail. I have the title. So the title is how I became the best Tekken player I know. And the content for the video is me defeating Matt. So Matt is also a very good Tekken player. And my whole point was like, I want to do this video to try and get better than him. So I want to try and make a thumbnail that kind of represents that. Admittedly, I don't know where to start. Yeah, my project is a mess. Don't talk about it. Okay, so for the thumbnail, I'm thinking like, let's just make a new sequence. I'll just open this up. I'm thinking like, I'll be on the left-hand side, and then Matt will be on the right-hand side. And there'll be like a divide between us, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like maybe, hold on. Let me see if I can do this better. Yeah, hopefully that, that makes more sense. I want me to be on the left-hand side and then Matt to be on the right. Like I'm actually going to be fighting, like to become the best Tekken player I know, I need to fight someone to achieve that title. That's my goal anyway. So I want me to be on the left-hand side and then Matt to be on the right. And I think we can do that. I know that in these tests, I have fought Matt's avatar, so I should be fighting him in one of these videos. I just gotta find it. Okay, so Tekken itself does this like, ooh, it's this person versus this person. So I'm thinking I should play off that somehow. Because basically it's already done. Like everything here is already done for me. I just need to, you know, put it together. Okay, so this is the background, I guess, that we're gonna use. So what I wanna try and do is make Leroy, we'll start with me first. I want to start with Leroy. I want him to look into the center of frame. So obviously we'll do another flip. Oh, Matt, get out of the way. Okay, something I'm finding here is like I want Leroy to be the center of frame, but obviously people are going to be confused if his name is backwards. Let's see how this looks if I just do this. How does that look? Obviously, ignore like the names and stuff. We can get rid of those later. I'll move it a little bit down. We want some sort of like divide between them. But that doesn't look too bad. Although I don't like how Matt's character is not like she's looking at the person looking at the YouTube video. She's not looking at the center of frame. God damn it, Matt. Is there a better... Ooh, actually. Hold on. There might be a better shot of this. This is just the starting... Like, this is just the start to tell the characters who they're fighting against. But there might be a shot... Oh, there we go. That one looks better, I think. Or, like, maybe one of these shots. I might just, like, cut it from here to here, and I'll just grab this whole thing. I'll see that over there. So instead of this, let's just move that out of the way. I'm thinking like this. So we have like Matt on one side. I think maybe like that frame is pretty good. And we'll just grab Matt, chuck him onto the left. Move him down a bit. Zoom him in. Okay, I think that one looks a lot better than just the two basic starter frames like that. There's a lot more color, I think, in that. Although I kind of want, like, a difference in color. Like, if Matt has blue, I have red. But I don't think... Oh, actually, there might be. I think in some of these hits here... If you don't know anything about Tekken, that's totally fine. All you need to know is, like, there's two big hits you can do. One of them, like, you start with a blue aura, and the other one gives you a red aura. So I think maybe the start of the red aura might be useful here. I just gotta find a time when I did it. Oh, here we go. Okay, it's somewhere over here where I started. Oh, here we go. That's the start of the animation, so we'll just move all of this over. Yeah, that's fine. We can stay there. And we'll zoom all of this in. Okay, let's see if we can get a good frame here. Is there a good frame? Ooh, there could be a good frame, like one of these. Where, like, he starts to lift up his hands. Okay, and then we'll just move you over there. Zoom you in. Maybe, yeah, is there a frame where he moves up his hands better? This is all it's about, just like trial and error, trying to figure out the right one. Trying to figure out the right frame to use. Okay, I kind of like that one. So my character on the left-hand side, is sort of going upwards, and then Matt is like sort of down. So that could be a good, you know, it could that could be a good like difference. Now to make my character get cut out, I'm just going to do this. I might need to do it a little bit closer to me. Just like this. I will fix up all the fingers and stuff in a second. I just want to make sure, I just want to give a rough guide of how it's going to look. And I kind of want to keep the rest of the body here. There we go. Okay. How does this look? Okay, that doesn't look too bad. I sort of want Matt to be like a little bit more over, I guess. Let me just fix up these fingers. Okay, that's something. That's better than it was. Okay, and I think Matt probably needs to be a little bit more zoomed in as well if like we're going with this. But now I'm running into the issue of like, is this too much on screen? So if I jump back to, oh, actually, if I jump back to like 10% or 25%, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, I don't like first timer being there. Let me just cut that out. Let's get rid of all these. How does that look? That looks better, I think. We do need to leave room for the Tekken logo as well. I always like including the logo. Okay, it looks like there's nothing there, but it actually is there, I swear. Okay, so this is the Tekken 8 logo. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Do I kind of want it in the middle? All I know that is I can't see that right now, so what I'll do is I'll just make it so it has a drop shadow. I like to do that by adding a brightness and contrast to it. And just like blowing it out. Ugh, you still really can't see it, can you? Maybe if I add another drop shadow on the other side. Like that. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. At least you can see it now. I think there's still a little bit too much going on. I think it looks good, but there's a lot of colors now. Now I don't like it. Which is always the worst thing to realize. What about... And hear me out here. Hear me out. If I just rotate me a bit. Probably need to zoom myself in. What about that? Does that make a difference? I think so. I think it sort of like cut off Matt's arm, which I don't want. And this is all for a video that's probably going to get like 20 views. Oh, okay, hold on, I know how I can like pull it back into what I was talking about before. What we need is an identifier. So like, we need to know that this is me. And then this is Matt. You know what I mean? Like the audience needs to know that there is a difference between this side of the screen and this side of the screen. What's the Tekken 8 font? I'll try and download in the Tekken 8 font, see if that works. Okay, I don't think it loads up immediately, does it? Probably not. I probably need to... Oh no, it does load up immediately. Cool. Ugh, do I even like that font? I want them like closer. Do I want them closer together? That looks worse than I did with the impact font, I think. I sort of want it to like rotate with the arm as well. Something like that. And then I want to mirror it on the other side with Matt's name. So that'd be 13 degrees. That'd be, yeah, like that. That just looks like a generic, like, thumbnail now. Yikes. Okay, I'll move it down. Maybe like a big red versus in the middle. Something crazy. No, I said big. Let's go 300. Right in the center. Maybe a white, just something simple. Alright, let's see how this looks. I don't know. I think it does look pretty good. Although I think I need to fix this hand here. This hand is going underneath the fist. I don't like that. Not the fist, the arm. I don't like that. But I think everything else looks pretty okay. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Would I click on that thumbnail? I'd probably give it a go. Alright, that's a Tekken 8 thumbnail. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already seen either of these videos, I'm going to leave them in probably the description down below. Make sure you go check them out. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Okay, that's that room done. Oh my god. Okay, I made a very dodgy job of this, but it still doesn't look that bad. Yeah, it doesn't look that bad, I don't think. Everything done. Nice. Complete. I would not get this apartment afterwards, because I kind of